Tonight, you don't need to think about anything. You don't need to solve anything. You don't need to go anywhere. Just find a comfortable position and allow your body to rest. Let your eyes become heavy, and your breathing slow down naturally. And as you listen to this story, you may slowly drift deeper and deeper into sleep. Arrival at the Lighthouse. A long time ago, in the year 1892, on the quiet coast of Maine in the United States, there was a tall lighthouse standing alone on a rocky cliff, far away from cities, far away from noise. Only the sound of the ocean existed here. A young man named Ethan had just arrived. He had been chosen to become the new lighthouse keeper. As his small boat approached the shore, he looked up at the tall white tower. It stood against the sky like a silent guardian. The waves crashed gently below the rocks, and the wind carried the smell of salt in the air. Ethan stepped onto the wooden dock, carrying his small suitcase. Everything felt quiet. Too quiet, almost like the world had paused. He walked slowly toward the lighthouse door. Every step echoed softly. Creak, creak, creak. And then, he opened the heavy wooden door. Inside, the lighthouse was warm, but empty. A small bed, a wooden table, a lantern hanging from the wall, and a spiral staircase going up and up into the light room. Ethan placed his suitcase down, and for a moment, he simply stood still, listening to the silence, settling into silence. That night, Ethan explored every corner of the lighthouse. He climbed the spiral stairs slowly, step by step. The wood was old, but strong. At the top, he found the light room. A giant glass lantern surrounded him. It was the heart of the lighthouse. This was where he would keep ships safe at night. Outside, the ocean stretched endlessly. No houses, no people, only water and sky. Ethan lit a small oil lamp. The warm glow filled the room. And for the first time that day, he felt calm. He wrote in his journal, "First night at the lighthouse. Everything is silent. The ocean feels alive." Then he closed the journal and listened to the waves. The gentle routine. Days began to follow a rhythm. Wake up, check the light, clean the glass, watch the ocean, and repeat. Nothing rushed, nothing complicated, only simple life. Sometimes seagulls flew past the window. Sometimes the wind was strong, but most of the time, it was peaceful. Ethan began to enjoy the silence. He started to notice small things. The way sunlight moved across the water. The way clouds slowly changed shape. The way the lighthouse creaked softly at night. It was like the world was breathing slowly, and he was breathing with it. The ocean at night. At night, the lighthouse became magical. The entire ocean turned dark blue, almost black. But the lighthouse light rotated slowly, spreading warm golden light across the sea. Flash, pause, flash, pause. Ships far away depended on that light. Ethan would sit near the window, drinking warm tea, watching the waves move endlessly. Sometimes he would feel lonely, but not in a painful way. More like a deep quietness. A space where thoughts became softer and slower. One night, while sitting near the lantern, he whispered to himself, "I think the ocean understands silence better than people do." And in that moment, everything felt still. The soft storm. One evening, the sky began to change. Clouds slowly gathered in the distance. The wind became slightly stronger. Not dangerous, just powerful. Ethan prepared the lighthouse. He checked the oil, cleaned the glass, and made sure the light was strong. As night fell, the storm arrived. Rain touched the windows gently at first, then more steadily. Tap, tap, tap. The ocean waves rose higher. But inside the lighthouse, everything remained warm and safe. Ethan lit an extra lamp. He sat in a wooden chair, listening to the sound of rain. There was no fear, only comfort. The storm outside, and peace inside. And slowly, the sound of rain began to feel like a lullaby. Memories in the quiet night. During long nights, Ethan often thought about his past. His childhood home. The small town he grew up in. The sound of people talking in markets. But those memories felt distant now, like old photographs fading in time. Here at the lighthouse, Life was simpler, cleaner, slower. He realized something important. Silence was not empty. Silence was full of peace. He opened his journal again and wrote, "The ocean does not ask anything from me, and I do not ask anything from it." Then he closed his eyes for a moment, just resting. The deep calm after the storm. By morning, the storm had passed. The sky was soft and golden. The ocean was calm again. Waves moved gently, like slow breathing. Ethan opened the lighthouse window. Fresh air filled the room. Everything felt renewed, clean, still. He made tea and sat by the window, watching the endless horizon. And for the first time in many days, he felt deeply rested. Not just physically, but inside his mind too. The passing days. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into seasons. Ethan continued his life at the lighthouse. Every day, the same rhythm. But it never felt boring. Because every day, the ocean changed slightly. Different light, different wind, different sky. And Ethan changed too. He became calmer, slower, more peaceful. Sometimes he would talk to the sea. Not loudly, just softly, as if it were a friend. And the sea always answered with waves. A quiet evening. One evening, as the sun was setting, the sky turned soft shades of orange and pink. Ethan stood at the edge of the cliff, watching the horizon melt into the sea. The lighthouse behind him stood tall and steady, a symbol of quiet strength. He realized something simple. Life does not always need noise to have meaning. Sometimes, meaning exists in silence, in breathing, in watching the world move slowly, and in letting go. Final part. Falling asleep by the sea. Now, imagine yourself in that lighthouse. Safe, warm, protected from the world. You hear only the ocean. Slow waves, gentle wind, soft silence. You do not need to think anymore. You do not need to hold anything. Just relax your body. Release every tension, from your head to your shoulders to your hands, and let yourself drift. Just like the ocean drifts under the moonlight. Everything is okay. Everything is quiet. And now, you can slowly fall asleep, deeper and deeper, into peaceful rest. Good night.